peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Good afternoon, viewers. Thank you very much for watching Punchline Africa from the Legacy Trend headquarters in Nairobi, in London. Thank you very much for watching the Legacy Trend. The legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta is the subject we are going to discuss this afternoon. Viewers, wherever you are in the world, thank you for tuning in. We shall be very specific. We shall talk specifically. We shall not waste much time. We shall bring in what is it that is needed in the BBI. President Uhuru Kenyatta wants to leave a legacy. But before I do that, I would like to introduce my panel. In the headquarters in Nairobi is Miriam Ogutu. Good afternoon, Miriam.
A very good afternoon to you and good afternoon to our viewers.
All the viewers, wherever you are, thank you very much. Douglas Kirimi from Nyeri, our correspondent. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. David Matsanga from the Political Command Center. Good afternoon to Miriam and the crew, and also good afternoon to Jevan Karanja in Nanyuki. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jevan Karanja in Nanyuki, already introduced by Kirimi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. David Matsanga from the Political Command Center in London. Good morning to Miriam and in our headquarters in Nairobi. And good morning. Good afternoon to our viewers. Maybe somewhere they are is afternoon. And good afternoon to our viewers wherever they are watching us from. And good morning to those maybe they are watching us and they are still not to noon. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. My colleagues, my role is to bring out what is it that we aim to get. What is it? What does BBI want to bring? What does BBI want to bring on your table? What strategies will BBI, use, bring all those people who want a referendum? How do we get there? So far, Miriam will bring us the breakdown, will tell us how many counties so far have endorsed and how many counties do we expect. The other time I gave you, and I promised people of Kenya to keep what I had said. And you can see when I told you swing counties, I think I'm becoming a prophet here. I told you some counties will be swing. Give me a credit where it is due. People, my panel. I told you some counties will be swing. And I reminded them they have swung back. And that is a very good credit. If you look at my list, you will not go wrong. The one I gave you is what is coming. I am told that things are not very good in Eldoret. People are divided fully. They are saying, no, why should we miss money when other people are getting money? Back to you. Thank you. This is the legacy trend, the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Today we shall look at his legacy as far as unity of purpose, the BBI, Bridging of Bridges Initiative, the redemption strategy, 9 points that Kenyatta brought out. Is it benefiting the constituencies? Is it giving legitimacy to the MCAs who will be elected in 2022? Is it giving credit? Is it adding more money? A country cannot be built without infrastructure. Don't blame the president for having borrowed. He had to borrow to build an infrastructure. The infrastructure of Britain started in some year 1670 something. They are still paying for the underground. They have paid, but the underground has brought quite a lot. Immense economic, social, and other assets to the people of Britain. So it is not wrong to have infrastructure. It's not wrong to have the railway. It is not wrong to have the SGR running up to Malaba to Rwanda, Kigali. In years to come, we don't know how the world will look like. Maybe you'd like to do your business in a train. Today we are doing businesses in our houses. 1 year ago, most of us did not know that COVID-19 would put us in our houses, in our offices, so that you don't share, like Miriam would not share. Or if sharing, there must be space. We didn't know. So it is God who knows what is going to happen tomorrow. And therefore, we must prepare for the tomorrow. Thank you very much. Across the bridge, back to Nairobi, I am ready to go out with you to explain how tokeism, the policy of tokeism, okuwewa, kupatiwa, you are relying on tokeism, or that the wheelbarrow will be brought. Why? Why don't you rely? How can you have a wheelbarrow when there is nowhere to go? When a country is in a policy of token, you are giving token. People handouts, people relying on handouts. Do we teach people to have handouts? Or do we teach people to develop their own mentality, to go on and develop others? Thank you. Back to Miriam in Nairobi. I'm dressed. This is not Chagulanyi. This is Uhuru Vote Hunters. This is a t-shirt reminds me the time when I actually looked for votes for President Uhuru Kenyatta. I was the chairman of Uhuru Vote Hunters. Thank you very much as a Pan-African. Thank you. And I have worn it today. I will be wearing it. They are in black colors, white colors. I will be wearing it on this show. Thank you, Miriam. Back to you.
All right. So far, the counties that have been able to debate and pass the BBI is started with Siaya County, followed by Homa Bay County, Kisumu County, Busia County, West Pokot, Trans Nzoia, Kajiado, and now Kisii. And currently, Laikipia and Nairobi County are debating on this. So I think by the end of today, we should know where they have voted, whether they're in support or no. And so far, only one county has since voted no, and that is Baringo County, and there was a lot of controversy over how that vote went down there. So that is just how far we are in terms of the counties. So a few more to go, but slowly, the BBI and the counties, we're getting more numbers in terms of the required number of 24 counties across the country.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Let's now turn into a discussion group. Ourselves, all of us, let's discuss. Miriam, in these 9 points, and the question goes to all of us, in the 9 points, what is one of those points? I'm just doing this as a sample so that next time you turn your group when I'm not there into discussion group. What is one of those points that strikes you as a Kenyan? One of those points, 9 points, there is ethos, there is corruption. Of course, corruption, there is unity. There are several points, 9 of them. If the production team can give you the 9 points, the ethos, ethics, what point strikes you most? Anybody can choose his own point. It is a question now to all of you.
All right. Yeah, and before I answer that, one of our viewers here is updating us that Nairobi has already voted for the BBI. Machuki Daniel, thank you for that. And Charles Munga also.
Thank you very much, Machuki. Michelle, you said Michelle Machuki. She is a very committed follower of Punchline Africa Television. Thank you very much, Madam. And unfortunately, we don't have medals to give this side, but we thank you for the patronage. Yes. What picks out? What do you pick out of all these 9 points, which Raila and Uhuru sat down themselves as pioneers of this nation? Their fathers were pioneers. Jaramogi Oginga was a pioneer of this nation. He refused to go to jail. He refused to take power when Kenyatta was in jail. It is very, very important, very rare in Africa, for a man to say, my friend is in jail, I am not taking this money. How many people would do it today? How many people have patriotism today? How many people can sing the national anthem today? How many people can be happy by the more money coming to their villages? What was the use of devolution? Miriam, there you are.
All right, thank you so much. So the 2 points that stands for me out there in the BBI is I have two: the issue of inclusivity that BBI seeks to address, and also the divisive politics. Because I think if we can get these two right, then perhaps, Kenya can be set to a path of lasting peace. We've seen what divisive politics have done to this country, almost brought this country into a complete stop still, like we saw in 2007. So if we can find a cure and BBI can really truly address this issue of divisive politics, then I think this will be very important for the security and the peace of this country and stability of this country that has been forever been plagued by politics that is quite divisive, politics that pits one community to the other, politics that is not out there to set this country into a development agenda, but rather, divide this country. And when you hear narratives like the hustler versus dynasty, I think it just goes to add fuel to already a very sensitive fire there in this country. So if BBI could really truly address the issue of divisive politics, and I think as a country we will feel more safe, and the people of this country will feel more safe, and the country will be more stable, and also inclusivity. Because for a long time growing up, I used to hear people joking that you'll hear somebody from Turkana or from northeastern Kenya saying, I'm leaving Turkana and I'm going to Kenya. And that was a joke, but now that I understand what this truly means and the kind of marginalization that a lot of people have felt across this country in different facets, then I think that have made some people even not feel as though they are part of this country, not feel as if their voices matter. I think that is something that is very key. And if the BBI can sort out that and address the issue of inclusivity, where every Kenyan will feel they matter, every Kenyan will feel their opinion matter, they're being heard, and I think that will be very important, and we can build a cohesive and a united Kenya.
Thank you very much, Miriam. I think you've raised very key points. 2, Miriam has got hers. 2, politics that has been very wrong, dividing people, making people fight. Inclusiveness, including people, other shades of opinion. But the trigger of bad politics starts with bad elections. I think that is a key point that you have made. Thank you. It is bad elections. And what BBI seeks to do is to say, if we go the way we are going, it will be a holiday. The other one of Kivito of 2007 was a holiday. This one is not a holiday. So Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta, you can hate them. And one of the points that I want to say, I want people not to judge Raila Odinga because he has not said he's going to be a president, stand in the presidential elections. He has not told anybody. He has not told anybody. We don't know what they discuss with Uhuru Kenyatta. When the time comes when Raila Odinga says he's going into elections and he will be the president, that is the time when Kenyans who will see the value of Raila Odinga give him the support towards that direction. Anybody at the moment who's trying to isolate Raila Odinga by asking him not to go for the presidential slot is either the person who is more of an enemy than even those who don't want BBI. Leave the ideas to flow. So that is, Miriam has 2. I want to hear from from Javan Karanja. What are they? Yeah. What strikes you out briefly?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Masanga. And because Miriam have said one point that I was to say, let me go for the strengthening the structure of devolution. I know this is something that will strengthen our devolved units. More money will come to our devolved units and county governments because from the look of things, through the BBI, every county will gain. No county will get less money because we are increasing the percentage from the minimum of 15% to a minimum of 35%. Therefore, that will ensure that our county governments have enough money, more development, and we know that the amount of money that will come to our county government, 5% will go to the ward development kitty that will ensure that our members of county assembly, the MCAs, have some money that they can be accountable for to develop their areas. Therefore, more money coming to Mashinani. That is what we want. And therefore, BBI is a gateway to this development. Number two is the issue of including everyone on the table, and that is having a youth commission that is bringing the youths on board. We have the issue of the people living with disabilities, has also been championed quite well in the BBI. We have also the marginalized communities. This will ensure that we have equality in terms of gender, in terms of age, and everybody will be proud to belong to this country. Those level of inclusiveness, that is what we want, so that our country moves on. The youth commission that will be established, they also have for 7 years tax holidays for the young people. We have the HELB, a grace period of 4 years before you start repaying your HELB loan. Therefore, these are some of things that I feel as a youth of this country, I need to support the BBI so that we have more money and the youths have a commission where they can air their grievances, and we'll have two members representing the youth at National Assembly. Therefore, this is quite significant in empowering the youth and bringing them on the table, making part of this country. They will be making decisions. They will be on the higher table. This is the inclusiveness that we need so that for youth feels that they are part and parcel of the government. So the issue of feeling segregated out of government will come to an end for the young people of this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have touched the issue of the youth. Youth devolution, increase of devolution. Thank you for raising those issues. The more money that goes in the villages, the better for the people in the village. The better for the people in Ushagu. There are some people where a tractor has never passed, where a bicycle cannot pass. President Uhuru Kenyatta is digging roads inside, deep in areas where you never expected a road to go. There has been digging everywhere. The earth of Kenya is filling the bulldozer, the caterpillars that are running around to make roads, to make passable, to make sure that the crops, food stuff is brought for export. That is something that every human being in the world should be proud of. And thank you for raising those points. Those are points we marked them. I will summarize them later. Kirimi, what stands out in the BBI?
Thank you, Dr. Masanga. And what stands out for me in the BBI 9-point agenda is that issue of corruption and also shared prosperity. For a long time in this country, we have had an issue with corruption. Some people think that corruption is the gateway to a better life, a life of opulence and all that. Another perspective is that when people get elected in public office, they take advantage and also steal from the public and also continue using their influence to continue enriching their family members. Remember, we are dealing with a very, very, very serious issue that has denied the children of this nation, the young people of this nation, the old and also the young alike, have denied them opportunity at the table. Because for the KDF, the Kenya Defense Forces, recruitment for you to achieve your dream and also get into the military and serve. For example, in America, when you want to serve your country, you just wake up and go. When they recruit you, there is no corruption. And also Britain. But in this country, for you to serve your country, for you to defend the flag of your country and the soul of your country, you have to cost 600,000, 300,000, 400,000, depending on who you know and how much you have in your pocket. People have lost their hand to corruption. People have lost their jobs to corruption because people want to take loans so that they can be able to facilitate their children to be employed in government that they have elected themselves, in government that they serve, and also governments that have been formed right in their nation. Corruption has gone into the public sphere when public officers have been able to misuse their offices and also give their family access to the public office and the Rajis. Remember when the former governor, the late governor of Nyeri County, Derito Gachagua, earned cancer and he was hospitalized in London. The brother took over as the governor. He supplied fake medical equipment and non-existent services to the county of Nyeri to a tune of billions. And using conflict of interest, these people were able to defraud the county of Nyeri using the brother's excuse that he was sick. The other one was acting as governor. He was the supremo in Nyeri, took a lot of money, and he continues denying this day that he used his brother's position and conflict of interest to continue defrauding the people of Kenya. We have had the people of Gatundu South lose a lot of money in their millions. In Gatundu South, where Moses Kuria is in court, and also the brothers and their cousins and their relatives have gone to court because of conflict of interest. They continue siphoning public resources from public coffers, and this is worse than killing the people of Kenya, because this is killing them slowly. There is no development, no bursaries and all that. In Nairobi County, we had a very rogue governor that was ordered out of office in 2020. Governor Mike Sonko, who came and also took a lot of money from Nairobi City County and started taking the daughter to New York and other parts of the world and the wife. And these monies, you now come to Nairobi and brand himself as a philanthropist, as a man of peace who wants to continue helping the people of Nairobi, champion for better rights, and he is the governor. He has not been able to bring water to the people of Nairobi that has been brought by Nairobi Metropolitan Services. LDK in Nairobi was non-existent because he was a philanthropist hiding behind the Sonko rescue time. But the County Assembly of Nairobi and also the Senate rescued us from Mike Sonko because he was a bad example of what leaders would do. So I think BBI is also speeding up the days and also the period which the corruption cases can continue. For about a period of 2 years, these corruption cases will be determined. If people are going to prison, their property is taken by government or to have been taken and also returned to public, so that we can continue serving the country and also serving the people. The issue of shared prosperity, for a very long time, resources have been contained in Nairobi, so that when you want to develop a particular part of the country, it has to pledge the allegiance to the president of that time. And this has continued marginalized this country. There are some parts of this country where they have never seen tarmac. I saw a feature in Inoro TV when President Uhuru Kenyatta administration got a road in Kirimambogo in Thika East. The people were talking about touching the tarmac and see how it is, because they have never seen tarmac in their area again, and they have never seen anything like that. That is what we are saying. The road in between Kainuk, Kapenguria, and Rodua and other parts of Turkana, that is a breathtaking road that has been built by President Uhuru Kenyatta that has never been built before. This shared prosperity promises to take such development to the people of Marisabit, people of Mandera, people of Tana River, people of Taita Taveta, regardless of who you voted for, shared prosperity among the people of Kenya, so that we can be able to develop and take our country forward. And also the issue of corruption, so that nobody will continue using proxies and their family members to continue defrauding the people of Kenya, living in opulence, and now coming back to the people and telling them, when you elect me into public office, I shall come and now clear the mess that you are responsible of. This is the same thing that will happen to the people that have eaten over 64 billion in Aror and Kimwarel area, so that we can now bring development to the people of Kimwarel and make the area food secure. This corruption issue, I'm very happy and very passionate about it, because this one is going to correct the mess that some people have created in public. Actually, before 2022, by August, we shall have jailed that thief and taken their properties and sold the choppers and made sure that the people of Kenya have taken back their money, and that is the power that the BBI report brings to the people of Kenya, Dr. Masanga.
Thank you very much, Kirimi from Meru. Done, well done. You have actually hammered the question of corruption. You have come down on the question of corruption. Miriam, our main talking points are the following, so that we summarize and call it a day. Every day we shall be running as briefly as that. We impact the news, we impact the information. You have raised very important points. And these are the points that capture my imagination and my liking. If Kenya solved them, this is how we will be. Youth unemployment, corruption and other related matters, the socio-economic inequality, the adverse impacts of climate change. People are not talking why rains and mudslides are coming. The BBI and the new law seeks to amend. If you look at the BBI draft, amendment bill, it touches climate change. It touches how we are going to protect our climate. Today, people cut the whole forest and they say, what will you do? Adverse impacts have caused quite a lot of difficulties for people of Kenya. Patriotism, weak private sector of investment. How many people, for example, Miriam, how many people here, Ruto talks of giving people wheelbarrows. Has Ruto got a factory that manufactures wheelbarrows? None. The panel, none. But he keeps on collecting these wheelbarrows. He doesn't even know how wheelbarrows are made. But had he actually put money and knowledge in manufacturing more wheelbarrows, we could even export these wheelbarrows to Uganda, which needs them. There is something that has just come out, which medium I will send you from Uganda and you will laugh. Uganda bought stones to chase locusts. Somebody tendered for stones, purchase of stones, half $1 billion shillings for purchase of stones for chasing locusts. Is this Africa that we want, surely? You people on this continent, is this the Africa we want? I'm sending it to you, you can send it to other people. Can you buy stones, purchase, you tender for stones, supply of stones, surely, for chasing locusts in 20th century? You want to use this, you see, you have seen the doctrine of Museveni, is the doctrine of William Ruto. He wants to reduce people to wheelbarrows, then rule them, then command them, then beat them up, then use violence. To ever, never, nobody will come out. Another point that you raised, elections, competitive, useless fights over election results. Fights. Kenya must change that. The BBI will change that. Then the impact of locusts across East Africa, I've talked about that. Kenya is doing very well. It is not buying stones to chase locusts. The immense cycle of political competition, which Miriam talked about, inclusiveness, political competition. If you lose, be safe. If you win, be safe. That is what BBI wants to bring. But there is one thing that I want to leave you with the panel before I give you your parting shots. Is since 2015 to 2019, Kenya's GDP has been going to 5.7%. And that GDP, if you ask anybody in the Tanga group, they will never mention about the GDP. And Kenya is ranked amongst one of the top vast economic countries, economically in Africa. It is highly rated. The GDP has been steady. The people in Kenya, you can feel it. You might not feel the money in everybody. And there's one thing that, Miriam, that I want to emphasize under the panel. Kenya is not a communist state. Kenya is a capitalist state. We all go and work and struggle to get earn a living. You don't expect the state to give you everything that you want. But Mr. Ruto is quietly bringing in communism by saying, I will give you the wheelbarrow. Those who have a car made a mistake to have a car. A communist will say, those who go to church have a mistake in their brains. Why do they go waste time on Sunday to go to church in the morning? And then they make noise. They pollute the environment. So the communists will come and close the churches. Ruto's aim is to close at one time. We'll close everything except this route of Fanoni funds. Fanoni funds or Fancy Fanon created a very dangerous route for the people of Algeria. Violence, violence, violence. Thank you very much. That is for today. More will be coming on the BBI. More will be opening. Our t-shirts for BBI will be arriving very shortly. That when we are talking about the BBI and other, when it comes to the heat, we shall have them. We shall, all of us, support Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta in their move for uniting Kenya. Miriam, parting shot.
All right, and before I give my parting shot, the information that Machuki had given us here, what I'm getting is that Nairobi County is still debating on that. They are almost, voting on the BBI. So Machuki, bado kidogo, wacha tungoje. They're still debating. Yes, I think it's
people
are
very anxious.
Yes, so
somebody gave me some information yesterday which almost brought me trouble. Mm-hmm. So we have to check first. Thank you very much. But parting short.
Yes. All right. I think that these 9 points that BBI is, sought out to address is very crucial and very, the core of who we are as a country. When you look at the ethos, sometimes that's why we see, even this terrorist group being able to come in, because we've lost our sense of patriotism. We've lost our sense of who we are. We've lost our sense of loving our country and loving ourselves as Kenyans. And so we really need to address the issue of what went wrong. Where did we go wrong as a country, and how can we go back to who we are? Because if we are truly patriotic in this country, issues like corruption will not even be an issue, because you'll be feeling, if you see something, you'll be forced to say something, because you're patriotic enough not to be quiet and not to participate on things that will go injuring and harming your country. So I think the national ethos there is also very important for me, and I think the BBI there mentioned that perhaps it should start being included in our curriculum. I think that will be very important. We start teaching our children about these things when they're still early, so instill in them the importance of being honest, the importance of being patriotic, the importance of doing the right thing. So when they grow up knowing and understanding these things, so that perhaps that could be one way of getting rid of corruption and these bad manners that we see. And also our leaders, they should just go out there and be a good example for the rest of everybody else.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Patriotism, values, ethos. We have lost morals. We have no morals. We all knock each other in the matatu when entering. A woman who is pregnant is not given space to go. Where did we go wrong? Indeed, Miriam, you have asked a very cardinal question. Where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong? A very serious question. People speed on the street. Where did we go wrong? In fact, the person waits for you to pass. Then he does, I don't want to do it, so that we do bad manners on the shore. But he collects the whole thing. Then, pop! Where did we go wrong? A man driving his family to Mombasa stops the car. The children are watching. He jumps in the bush next to the car, and he's urinating. Where did we go wrong? Instead of going to a nearby petrol station, park the car, go to the petrol station. That's why they put those stop points. The man goes to the bush. There and then, and the children are cheering, Daddy, 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 Daddy. That is great. Where did we go wrong? It's not only in Kenya. Where did we go wrong in Uganda? We buy stones. We actually tender for buying stones, $500 million shillings for buying stones to chase locusts. Surely, where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong? When corruption, for example, a woman who, Zubaida, from Riyadh or from Jeddah, she arrived from Mohammed, and Mohammed sent her down to Kemusa, because the angel has arrived. He entered and got out to 347 million, and she disappeared. If you look at her, the figurative language does not meet the 347 million. Where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong? When they tell you a matatu should carry 10, you are carrying 21 in COVID-19. Where did we go wrong? We still even the medicine. Apparently, Miriam, I think you must have seen it in what is it called? Your show of Diaspora Dispatches. Do you know that the COVID money is finishing almost everybody? If you cut across, except America, I've not heard, but across Europe, most of the ministers, most of the people have gone to jail. People are resigned. COVID money looks like a sweet. It has become a conduit of corruption. In Britain, the Minister of Health awarded a contract. In Zimbabwe, the Minister of Health was sacked and is in jail right now. So many in Uganda, the money for buying the food disappeared. There are about 11 people there in jail. Money in Tanzania, which has just realized all the diplomats in Tanzania who were accredited there. I hope the Kenyan diplomat runs away very fast. Most of them are with COVID-19. They are dying. The Namibian diplomat returned home and collapsed. The thing is real, but people are stealing the money. Have we checked properly? Miriam, which you could check tomorrow morning. Where was this money for collection extra that the president told us that they should collect money from people can donate? I remember Mwangi of Equity Bank donated 300 million. Isn't it? Where is this money? How is it being used? Corruption, corruption, corruption. And elections. And I think for the two men on the panel, I give you your time, but I think those are the views. Let me begin with Mr. Karanja. 1 minute.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Doctor, for that. And as a country, we must relook on our past, and we look at how this country was, and how 2007 was, how 2017 was after a very polarized country, after an election that was not justifiable, was not verifiable. So we need to work on the electoral mechanisms to ensure that we have a country to protect. We have the right people at the helm of power, because we know when elections are not credible, we end up having corrupt. We end up having people who are not even who are not qualified to hold public positions. Therefore, we need to have an IBC that is up to task, that will ensure that when it goes through the document, it goes through the document presented by aspirants of different political positions. They ensure that there are people who hold the highest moral integrity. Therefore, through the BBI, we need to work on our electoral mechanisms to ensure that we have the right body and the right people at the helm of leadership in this IBC commission, so that we guarantee ourselves a free and fair election And on the issue of corruption, this is something that have ravaged lives, is something that has brought this country down, and we need to work on it to ensure that money goes to the right projects which they are supposed to be. The amount of money that the amount of money that we are losing as a country through corruption is the amount of money that can construct many thicker highways, SDR renovations, and revitalization of the meter gauge railways and so on. Therefore, as a country, we need to refocus and to have enlightened voters, and that will happen if we emphasize on the roles of responsible citizenship, where everybody, as a citizen of this country, they will wake up to their task. They will see corruption as bad. They will uphold the patriotism, unity, cohesion, and where all of us will start seeing ourselves as Kenyans, not people from a specific region, not people from a specific tribe or a region or color, but all of us will see ourselves as people who belong to one bigger family called Kenya. That is the Kenya that we want, one Kenya where everybody we live cohesively, where we are united, and where we have a just judiciary, just executive and legislature that will ensure that this country goes on, and that will come when we have responsible citizenship. Therefore, through the BBI, those are some of the things that we have been advocated, people will be made aware of those. That is the kind of country that we want to build, where everyone will be proud to belong to this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next time I will use this. When you see this red behind, time is off. But thank you very much, sir, for the contribution. That is excellent. As you go, as you speak, Kirim, lastly, Miriam, Machakos Assembly has threatened to shoot down the bill. 33 MCS against the remaining, there are 59, 33 minus 59, Maendeleo chap of Mutua have said they will shoot down the bill by majority because Mutua is not respected nationally, internationally, by the government and other people. There you see. And so many things. So, Kirimi, finish it for us in 1 minute because Miriam would like to, and that all of us would like to go our ways. And please, Kirimi, Mr. Kirimi, he has disappeared. Kirimi!
Thank you, Dr. Masanga, and I'm looking at. Yes, Dr. Masanga, thank you.
Your network.
Yes, Dr. Masanga, Mia.
Yes, go ahead. You finish it for us. We want to go.
Yes, Dr. Masanga, can you hear me?
I hear you, yes.
Thank you, Dr. Masanga. One thing we need to also understand is that at the end of the day, whether Machakos County passes the bill or not, this Machakos County is going to lose when these MCAs continue playing games with this. At the end of the day, the BBI report is going to pass. And also for the people of Kenya, I want people to understand that in different parts of this nation, we have a national government that was holding money in Nairobi, and they would dish it to whoever they would want to dish out to, and which region they would want to. We want to clear that away, and this constitutional moment is going to pass. And I've had people before ask, where is this money that is coming to, if they cannot be able to give 15%, how can they be able to give that 5%? It is that 5% of government revenue. If government of Kenya corrects 1 million people of Kenya, it is that 5% of that 1 million. It is not of some imaginable billions or trillions of money that government corrects. And that is your money. There is nowhere government is going to create money or be able to manufacture money and bring it to the people. No, it is your money, it is your taxes, it is what the government will tax you, correct the revenue, and bring it to the people. At the end of the day, we are praying that the people of Kenya are going to participate in this constitutional moment so that they can give an opportunity to people in Turkana, people in Mandera, people in the Coast province where there has been marginalization until the coming of President Uhuru Kenyatta, who has started over 400 ongoing projects across the coast region. Now, this is the opportune moment for the people of Kenya to entrench it in the constitution so that the people of Kenya can have an opportunity to develop their areas, so that people from grassroots, the MCAs, can develop their areas and take their counties forward. Another perspective that I'm very up of is the issue of corruption. Corruption has killed the fulcrum of our society. Corruption has killed the morale of young people in this nation. I cannot start a business because I know how much I'm going to lose to bureaucrats in government and other private sectors and the players in the industries. But at the end of the day, BBI report is coming, the bill is coming, so that when we vote yes, we are going to have these things entrenched in the constitution. That's why the people in Mount Kenya region are saying, before we talk about anything else, weka kwa katiba. And I'm also echoing the same, weka kwa katiba.
Sawa, weka kwa katiba. Thank you very much. Back to you, Miriam, in Nairobi. Thank you very much, all of you, for the holiday. Thank you very much. Tomorrow is Friday, and we expect tomorrow to have our radio man also joining us in our discussion at 10 o'clock. It will begin. We go back to the normal. But on Monday, our shows that we did today, Miriam, continue that way, that format, changing the people's court with diplomatic leaks. If you have any topic, any of you who wants any topic to be discussed, please bring in the topic and keep it to ourselves. Let's discuss it. Today, some people, even Miriam transcribed exactly what we were saying. Someone transcribed, I think you saw Kirimi. Somebody wrote exactly what we are saying here today on this television. So people have been very beneficial. Thanks God. There is no word he changed. The only thing is that there were no photographs. But I thank you very much, all of you, from morning up to now. Thank you very much. Especially that show of the Diaspora Dispatches. Very, very interesting. I will add there another version of, I've got a correspondent from London who is going to be joining you. And we'll be going in the ice because they have restricted movement much. But he will be in some of the places. Himself will be joining you on the Diaspora Dispatches to tell you about the weather and the system, the trains, how things are moving. Thank you very much. God bless all of you. God bless everybody in the production team. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.